these teachings aren't fully my own by any means. I've basically stolen them from other traditions, predominantly Vedanta and various Buddhist traditions, and also drawn upon my own experience as well, with my own realization, and also with my own experience with these traditions. So, on some level, these teachings are already tested. They're not new. I'm just bringing them together for you. And in all the traditions, inevitably, through the passage of time, impurities creep in. Dross creeps into the tradition. And to the discerning eye, it can be seen the beauty, the gem that lies hidden within these traditions. And what I'm trying to do is just give you that. So even though it requires a bit of patience to sit through a whole load of things, I think it will save you time as well. Save you going around the houses. So I just want to introduce the structured teachings again, and just explain a bit about why I'm teaching this way. Because there are some definite advantages to teaching and giving a structured, pre-prepared type teaching, as well as several disadvantages. Right? So the advantages are that with a structured teaching, you can really go a lot deeper. The full depth of the teaching can be unfolded. Whereas often in satsangs, in a question and answer type format, it's difficult to get to that depth, especially if you've got new people coming in, asking questions that perhaps the rest of the group perhaps feel they know the answer to already. And there is a bit of a paradox there, because satsangs are also very, very powerful. And even though it might appear that a very straightforward answer has been given, it might be heard differently every time. The other thing about the structured teaching is that it aims to give clarity. For example, I try where possible to define all the terms that I use, all the words that I use, where possible. So it's really clear what I'm talking about. Because what I see, and a lot of people seeking, is confusion and beliefs. And I see a lot of people going to different meetings, sometimes for many years, really trying to figure it out, really trying to figure all this out, put it all together. And many of them don't. Many of them don't end up finding what they're looking for. And it can be extremely frustrating. And my feeling is that it doesn't have to be like that. So the structured teachings can give clarity, rather than sort of bouncing from satsang to satsang, meeting to meeting. The aim of the structured teachings is to give you a framework, yes, a conceptual framework, where you can see how all different teachings, most different teachings, fit together. Because there's usually some truth, and even some of the worst teachings. Even false teachings can sometimes have a nugget of truth in them. And what I really want to try and do is give you an overriding structure. And so you can see how all the different teachings, caption, fit in together, including contradictory teachings. Including contradictory teachings. There are a lot of those. Do you need to do anything to get this? Is there nothing you need to do? Or is there something you need to do? Do you need a teacher? Some people say a teacher is essential. Some people say you don't need a teacher. Some people say a teacher gets in the way. What about meditation, self-inquiry, surrender? Are these worthy practices? These are just some of the examples of some confusions that can arise in the world of being a seeker of truth, a spiritual seeker, let's say. So this teaching really aims to prevent that. So if you do go to another teacher, or if you do come across another teacher, you can see actually how it's true and how it's not true. How it might fit in and how it might apply for you. Or how it might apply for someone else, but maybe how it doesn't apply for you. So I think in this kind of day and age, where we have access to so many different traditions and teachings and teachers, there is potential for more confusion than ever. I'm really hoping that these teachings will help remedy that. The main thing about the teachings is to actually transmit the realization of freedom. Now, transmit's a bit of a dodgy word, because when we're talking about non-dual teachings, non-duality, one of the basic tenets, one of the basic things about it is that this is already it, right? So you can't transmit something if the other person's already got it. If we've all already got it, the word transmit makes it sound like I've got something that you guys haven't. Now, that being understood, the point is for you to realise that. Not for you to take my word and believe what I'm saying, or believe what anyone else is saying, but just to see it for yourself. And again, these teachings build upon each other and push you into that. Now, you might not need all the teachings. You might just need one teaching. That might be all you need. Or you might need all of them. Or you might need all of them and it's something else. And that's where the interaction with a teacher can become really useful. Because as comprehensive as any structured teaching is, it's impossible for it to be completely comprehensive. There's something about a one-to-one interaction or a person-to-person interaction that is very special and can really open something up. And when that happens, from my point of view, it's wonderful. I don't really understand it fully, but there is something that I've noticed happen. But there's another aspect to the teachings, which is non-verbal. And as you open your heart up, and if you can trust in them, not blindly trust, but just open your heart to them, then you can perhaps receive another teaching, another transmission. It's not really a transmission. It's just a recognition where you already are. I have to mention that these teachings aren't fully my own, by any means. I've basically stolen them from other traditions, predominantly Vedanta and various Buddhist traditions, and also drawn upon my own experience as well, with my own realization, and also with my own experience with these traditions. So, on some level, these teachings are already tested. They're not new. I'm just bringing them together for you. And in all the traditions, inevitably, through the passage of time, impurities creep in. Dross creeps into the tradition. And to the discerning eye, it can be seen the beauty, the gem that lies hidden within these traditions. And what I'm trying to do is just give you that. So even though it requires a bit of patience to sit through a whole load of things, I think it will save you time as well. Save you going around the houses. I think the last thing is that in my life, this awakening, this realization of freedom has happened for me at the same time as I'm working. Got a busy job, and at the same time as having a family, and just being a normal person really in everyday life. So I really want to take what these traditions have often brought, often from a monastic type setting, where people maybe don't have the responsibilities that we might have here today, and bring the teaching into ordinary everyday life. So it actually works in this kind of setting. So you don't have to go off somewhere remote and meditate. See how we can adapt the practices of everyday life. How does that sound?